Welcome to Like, Love, Share by Babblebox, the show where marketers and creators go behind the post to unpack what actually drives attention, trust, and impact on social. If you're fascinated by startup stories, you don't want to miss this episode. Today, I'm joined by Max Reade, a young skier turned founder who built his brand from a backyard dye pot, taught himself to sew, and grew a cult snow pant business through drops, DMs, and relentless experimentation. So here we are. So I'm going to just go for it and say, welcome to our podcast. I feel like there's some like white space in this area of skiing that's cool and trendy, and you did it. So tell us a little bit more about who you are and how you got into this whole space of making apparel.
Yeah, thanks. I'm a coach for the freestyle team at Mount Bachelor right now. I ski a ton. I mean, I've skied a bunch since I was 8 years old, and that's kind of what got me into being a business owner because at the mountain, we were always, like, looking for baggy pants. So I was, like, 16 at the time, and I was on the hunt for baggy pants. So I'd order these, like, triple XL pants from Amazon, and they were just ridiculously way too big. They were just really big around the waist and didn't really fit that well, but there was no one who made baggy pants that actually, like, looked good and were meant for skiing, you know? So, on my hunt for baggy pants, I stumbled upon these $14 pair of pants, and they were from a military surplus. So they're these, like, massive, like, white pants, and so I ordered those. I got 1 pair for myself, and I was like, "These are perfect." You know, that they got that baggy fit, but they actually fit around my waist, and they cinch around the ankles. So I started wearing those at the mountain, and people would either say, "Yo, Max, where'd you get those pants? Like, I need to get some of those." Or they would be like, "What are those? Are those trash bags?" But it got me thinking, like, I could resell these because 'cause they're really cheap on Amazon. So I don't know, I ordered like 10 of them when I was 16,
Oh,
and
right.
yeah, and I started just reselling them for like 30 bucks, and I was like, "I'm making pretty good money on this," you know? I'm like that's what I was thinking. And, yeah, so I started reselling those, and then I started dyeing them and then selling them in different colors, and I was dyeing them in my backyard using this, like, massive pot and RIT dye. So I'd boil a big pot of dye, put the pants in, and then bring them out on a line, and that's how I got started. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
What's the most surprising thing about launching your own business?
What was the most surprising thing about launching my own business? I would say the most surprising thing was, like, actually having people interested in it. I mean, at first I didn't really expect that many people to want them, but it just started snowballing. So, you know, I was dyeing those pants and selling them, and more people were wanting them. And so I asked my brother um, if he could do DMs on Instagram, and yeah, he was like, "Yeah, I can do some DMs." And then he was like, "Max, I think you could sell these for more." You know, I was selling them for like 40 bucks at the time. He's like, "I think you could sell them for like $100." And I don't know, but I guess we can try. And so he was like, "Yeah, they're 100 bucks." You know, he would tell people that, and they're like, "Okay, oh, that's a great deal." And I was like, "Wow." And so for a while we were doing that. And one day I went to like buy 20 pairs on Amazon again to start dyeing them again, and they were all sold out. And I was like,
Oh,
"What's
wow.
going on?" You know, like, this is kind of our business. This is our thing right now.
How many were you selling? Was it like 20 a week or was it like 200?
No, it wasn't that crazy. And, I was 17. It was probably somewhere, yeah, like, maybe 20 a week, probably less.
They pick
Yeah.
up on it. Yeah.
Yeah, but I was dyeing them in my backyard and then hanging them, and I took pictures with, like, my friend. He's, like, ripped, so we would take pictures with his shirt off, and that was kind of the style for a while, with he's just wearing these baggy pants and he has his shirt off. It was kinda ridiculous.
Are you still friends with him?
Yeah, I'm still friends with him. We're pretty good friends still. Yeah. But anyway, the pants were sold out on Amazon. So I called the distributors who were selling through Amazon, and they told me, they were like, "Oh yeah, those pants were just some like surplus that we found from the war back in like the '70s or something, and we don't have any more of those. So it was just like, "Oh, I didn't know that the thing that I was selling were, like, rare," you know? Yeah, so that was kind of a pivot point for the business as well.
And then what did you do? Like, you had to go make new pants?
Yeah, I started ripping them up, so I seam ripped them, and then my mom had a sewing machine. My grandma had showed me a little bit about how to sew, so I made a pattern out of the old pants, and I corrected it a little bit. I made the outside not quite as, like, pear-shaped,
Uh,
made them a little more boxy, and then I started sewing them myself, and then I did that for a while, but it takes a long time to sew them.
That should be $500 or $1,000 if you're hand making them.
Yeah, I know, I was selling them for 150, but I was spending, like 20 hours on each pair of pants
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something, yeah, something ridiculous. Yeah.
that's wild. And so then did you find someone to make them for you?
Yeah, I was sewing them myself for a while, and that was going well. I mean, I would just do one-off pairs, custom pairs, but there were, like, some issues were popping up, like, the material wasn't super durable. I'm using, like, normal sewing machine stitch, just was coming apart. So, that summer, I think I was 17, this was probably 2020. Yeah,
Right.
so summer of COVID, I think. We Maybe it was 2021, but anyway, we went to Mount Hood. I used to go to Mount Hood every year, and I worked there as a ski camp counselor at Mount
Yeah.
Hood summer ski camps.
Send my son there, yeah.
Yeah, you should. It's a really great experience. I mean, I went there as a kid too. But yeah, I went there, and one of the other counselors was named Henry, and he also has a brand. You should check it out, Jibskin. So he had a brand at the time too, and we were like, "Yo, we should collab." So we did like a collab pants, and he already had a manufacturer. So
What does he make?
what's that?
What does he produce? Pants also?
He also makes snow pants. Yeah, baggy
Okay.
snow pants, and then he makes jackets and stuff too. But we did a collab, and we ordered 50 pairs of pants to Mount Hood, and, we sold some to, like, the campers and then sold some to just people in Mount Hood, but he did a drop on his website, and we did a drop, and they all sold out, like, super fast online, and it got me thinking, like, "I need a manufacturer." So, that
Smart.
summer, I don't know what happened, I wasn't actively seeking a manufacturer, but this guy DM'd me on Instagram, and he said, like, "Hey man, I'm starting my own manufacturing business in Pakistan, and I'm looking for clients." And I was really skeptical because I've heard a lot of things about Pakistan.
How does that even happen? Someone just found you?
Yeah, someone just DM'd me. He DM'd me, and he was also like, I think he was 19, I was 18 or something. Yeah, I just turned 18, so he was 19. He's like, "I'm starting my business. We could grow alongside each other." And I was skeptical at first because I heard a lot of things about, like, Pakistan. I didn't want any child labor involved. I didn't want any, um, just, like, unfair wages involved. We chatted a bit about that, and he said, "Everyone in the factory is over 20, and we just have a couple employees, and we pay them fair wages." I was like, "Okay, let's go for it." And yeah, we did samples for a while. And, he helped me like iterate the design to make it the perfect baggy shape that I was looking for. Where it fits around the waist, and then it goes over your boots nicely, and it just looks clean while you're skiing. So yeah, that was that was kind of the start to where it is now. But there was a lot
And
of other
do
stuff.
you still work with that manufacturing company?
I do, yeah. So we grew alongside each other, and, I think it's pretty cool. He's 23, I'm 22. We kinda just started our businesses and at this around the same time and grew alongside each other. I think it's yeah. So it's cool, and yeah, I think it was a really just great experience. I don't know how it came to be, but I'm really happy that it did the way it did.
And what made you, before I get into the social media side of things, what made you launch the ground pant? And why is it called the ground pant? Like, am I missing something?
Oh, okay, yeah. So last year I ordered a bunch of pants from the manufacturer, and, uh, I ordered, like, a size medium, and I didn't do a great job of actually, like, sizing it out. So I got all the pants, and
Too
there's these
small.
medium pants, and I'm like, "These are tiny." They were They were really small. I'm like, "These shouldn't be called medium, these should be called, like, extra small." So for a while, I was selling them as medium, and then people got them, and they're like, "These are really small." And so I was doing a lot of exchanges for the medium pants. So eventually, I took them off the site, and then, this year, I still had a bunch of those pants left. So I decided to just make one product called Grom pants to make it like I was trying to make it really clear that these are small, that they're size extra small.
There's a market. There's a
Yeah.
market. Here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I still have quite a few of them left over, but that's the story about the Grom pants.
Maybe my son can help you sell some of them.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be great.
So tell me about social. So how much of your business? Because I was looking through your social media. I don't see you on TikTok. Are you on TikTok? And I didn't see it.
Yeah, I'm on TikTok. I'm not actively posting right now, but I am on TikTok.
Maybe that's why. On Instagram, I could see like you just, hey, it's a drop. Hey, it's a drop. Like that's it. Like you're just like drop. I didn't see the guy with that, with no shirt. Maybe you took those down, but I just see you just saying there's a drop. Who's in? DM me if in. Like that's it. Do you get sales that way?
Yeah. So, like I said, I haven't been making content on TikTok as much, but last year and the year before, I was making a lot of content. So I would post, videos, a couple videos every week on Instagram, and that really grew the brand. And
Mhm.
now I don't really make a ton of content. I just do the drop style, and yeah, it works. So I just like tell them, pants are available now, and I also
That's
have like I kind of push like signing up for texts. So if you sign up for texts and
you're a good
emails, you
person.
get early access. So
Mhm.
I have like a big group of people subscribed to texts that get early access, and that's also another way that I make sales when I do drops.
Do you think you're gonna go on TikTok shop? I know that's big for everyone now, or no?
Cool TikTok shop. I like looked into it last year.
Too much.
It's probably a good idea. I don't know. I haven't thought about it
So
very much, honestly.
okay, so I ask you, do you feel like you're a business owner or a creator? Because I feel like you're both. Are you like an entrepreneur or are you a skier or are you a social media person? What are you?
Yeah, I'd say I am maybe more of an entrepreneur, and also like I'm very creative. Yeah, so a content creator too, but I haven't made a ton of content recently. But I think just the business is it's been a really good way to combine many aspects of my life that I enjoy, like skiing, creativity, photography, videography, and art. So, yeah,
That's
I
amazing.
think I think it's been a good way to combine all of that.
And this is what you want to do. Like this is your thing for the unforeseeable future. You're gonna be making the pants.
This is the thing that this was my dream to own a business when I was young. I always thought like I don't wanna go to college and
Be
just
in
do the
debt.
thing that everyone says I should do, you know? It just seemed kinda ridiculous to me. It seemed like so much time and not worth it. So, yeah, I wanted to have a business, and that dream I feel like has been fulfilled, and now I'm sort of like thinking about like what's my next thing in life, you know? So I don't know if I'm gonna be doing this for forever, you know? But yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
That is amazing. I think you're so inspiring to so many people. And if I could have skipped college and started a business and take back those years, I would have. But that's a whole other story. So I
Yeah.
want to ask you in the creator landscape, if you could collab with one creator or skier that's a creator, who would it be? Is there anyone?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think it would be cool my dream was like to collaborate with this brand called Tall T Productions, and then we did collaborate. We do a collaboration every year.
It's
But
amazing.
from then on, like, I'm not, like, really wishing to collaborate with a ton of, like, people individually. I think some cool brands that would be really cool to collaborate with that I don't expect to are, like, Harlow Apparel. So, he's a famous skier. He's, like, probably the most famous skier, and he makes baggy pants as well. It would be cool to collaborate with them. They don't do collaborations, though. But, yeah, if I had to say, like, one person, I think that would be probably the thing I would say, yeah.
And then I'm going to ask you another question. If you could give young kids advice on starting a business or becoming an influencer or following their passion, whatever it is, you've done it. I mean, you've built the dream. What advice would you give to your 14-year-old self? let's just say.
Okay. Yeah. I would say I think people people think about it too much and don't actually step into their dreams, but then once they do, they find that they're not as far away as they thought they were. So, I would say if you're trying to start a business, if you want to live a life like that, just start small and just go for it. You don't have to build a whole business. You don't have to build the website and everything. You just have to go for it. Find a product, find demand, and start selling. And then if it's yeah, whatever your dream is, I say just
Thank
go for it and, try to convince your parents that it's really important to you and
you.
just be like, like, "This is what I want to do. Can you please support me?" And if they say like, "No, like, you gotta be in school, you gotta be persistent," because I think it does matter to follow
Yeah.
your dream.
And I
Yeah.
think I think it sounds like your parents must be really proud of you. And,
Yeah.
you could always go back to college. You're still really young if you wanted to.
Yeah.
But I'm super excited to see where things go for you. And, if ever you need any help, advice, support on the business side, you have a resource. And if you ever need like a little ground model, you have my son.
Okay.
But
Great.
thank you so much for everything and wishing you all the best of luck and would love to stay in touch and, keep watching you grow and thrive.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for setting this up.
Thank you.